Lol. I love smacking my mic. Hold on. I'm sorry. I forgot to do some stuff. Hopefully you can hear me. As I said in Discord, I will be not having any face cam today. Apologies for that, but not feeling the best right now. I'm super stressed and that affects my face as well. So yeah, I'm not looking the best, and I couldn't get the thing that Faye used. I couldn't get it to work on mine. So you just gonna hear a faceless voice today. Hope that's okay with you guys. I don't really know. I didn't prepare much because I don't know. We all have some insecurity days, and today is that day. But I did not want to, stream. So I don't know. So what I fixed is this is so stupid, but this is what we have. I think it matches me very, very good. Not gonna lie. Wait, did we hit 100 and... Wait. Hold up. Wait, what? Since when? Excuse me? Nah. No. It says 150 followers on Twitch. Wait, did we hit it? Are you fucking kidding me? Did we hit the follower goal? I I did not actually know. Oh my god. If this is true, then thank you. I thought we were 149. What the fuck? I guess. I'm afraid. But yeah, thanks. If this is true, what is the next goal? What is the next goal, guys? I have no idea. Is it 200 then? There's no fucking way we would ever hit 200 followers. There's no fucking way that would ever actually happen. And I'm not saying this because, I'm like, but no, I'm genuinely like concerned of you guys. Like, you guys have nothing else to watch. 150 of you said, yeah, yep. That's what I want. That's what I want. God damn it. Now I'm flustered. Now I don't know what to do. Because on Streamlabs it says 149, but on Twitch it says 150. So I have literally no fucking idea. So what were we last time in Chronicles? Where were we last time? I'm trying to remember. Was the case disclosed, or what is it not? Is it just... That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. The game capture is always weird with this game, so let's just oh, there it is. Let's see how long I will be streaming. I will probably have to go a little bit earlier because I have a job interview. Even though it's like just 4 p.m., I still want to be ready and stuff like that. I haven't cleaned my room and stuff, so yeah. Hopefully this is an okay setup. I don't really know if I should just take away the background or not. I don't really know. it's just, I don't know, it maybe takes up a little bit too much space, but then like, I don't know, just something there. You can see this the energy of this cat in me. I see. So let's continue. So I'm just going to make it. Okay, I think that is enough. Just going to close some stuff real quick. I really love the music of this game. I really adore it. I think they put a lot of detail. Capcom always fucking slay. Can somebody also explain to me what the fuck Sega is doing? Hello? Is it actually true that Sonic gets murdered? Was that just, that, like... I don't know, I saw it and I was like, what the fuck is this? Give me a moment, I'm just going to... Like that, maybe? So guys, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Yeah, I can't really remember what happened last time, but super excited. Yes, I do believe this is where we left off. I do believe so. The 22nd of November, 1:14 p.m., Supreme Court of Judicature Courtroom 2. Oh yeah, now I remember. This girl. Well, I understand you're the judicial assistant to the defense, but why is this sudden ingress into my courtroom? Ha. Judicial assistant. And a woman no less. Hey! Fuck you, Aichi. The rules state that females are not permitted into this court of law under that to testify. Yes, I fully understand. I ask only for 5 minutes of my time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. Ha! You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more. But, Your Excellency! I am most grateful. Well, hello. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this from now on. What is this? A report about something? Written in English. It's Giselle Breed's research. Huh? The English woman's? After the trial resumes earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical facility and borrowed this paper. So you didn't steal it? Just say that you stole it, girl. Oh, yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself. Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics of curade and its effect on human subjects. Interesting. Curade? What's that? Never heard that word before. Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespass from the courtroom. Fuck you, Aiuchi. There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eyes over it. This is wonderful. Thank you. Results report card. Report. Let's go. New evidence. Goodbye then, and good luck. She's so cute. This is very cute. You have had a long, enough counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. Fuck you, Brett. I asked the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but the prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Let's see the court records real quick before I do anything. There we go. Examine. Poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient time to incapacitate their prey. Effects: instantly paralyzed of the entire body and the subject death even in a minute doses. Route of entry. The above mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as the inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxins could have implication as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be found first, or a patient would die of suffocation. Okay. Interesting. We talked about poison the last time. Yusuke, we have options here. This is really our very last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. That look. The ungealed stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett? Yes, Your Excellency. If you would mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realized it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order. I've said it too many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. It doesn't, correct. My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel, what is the new evidence that demands the court attention?
Yes.
Mr. Brett, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Umeå University, doing research. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are you going with this, counsel? A toxin known as a courier, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection!
What? What completely other nonsense? Curie, you say? I never heard of it. You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of Curie before one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. doesn't exist? Correct. Which means, no matter what test the police can do for toxins, they would never identify the Curie. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. Order. Council, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report, authored by the visiting research student from England, Curie has long been used by the tribes people of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows? The report states that it's produced from the extract of trees that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. And if it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with Curie suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Breed? What do you got to say about that, bitch? Trumpery. These aspirations are under trumpery. What the fuck is that? To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would have surely noted. That is true. What do you say about that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being any kind of pain. According to this, however, it is the other way around. What do you mean, the other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is the evidence that Curie was used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, affiliated victims loses all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in a total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he would collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I didn't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poisons cause immediately paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiratory to fail. Respiratory? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. That's hideous. To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would have been a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly Curie poison. What you gotta say about that, bitch? And you're suggesting that this bottle, Counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison? This is all very convenient, isn't it? Hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. If I may, all these facts, you think you're so clever, but you must be It is you who must be taught. Of course. Dear lady! So, this is how your Japanese behave, isn't it? What? You steal others' honest hard work and then announce their results as if you discovered them. Then I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Breed, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for your heinous crime. The reality is a loathsome act, wouldn't you agree? Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules. What's so funny? Oh, excuse me. Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Britt? May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Well, yes, I don't see why not? Is she going to kill herself? Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. Sorry. To an English woman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics. It's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers. Wait, what are you doing? No sparkle left at all. How appropriate of this shabby affair. Goodness. Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned. So, no career. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying? You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in the grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yes, Midret? I should like to be excused now, please. I think I'm giving more than enough of my time for the furtherness of friendship between our countries. Yes, dear lady. We're most gratified with all the assistance you have given. Same. This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle. So how did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make will make for an interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to have been poison in that bottle. Doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she wouldn't have kneeled over dead. Come on, Ryusuke. You have all the clues now. The bottle of water. Bruh, I don't fucking know! There must be some other way that the poison was then initiated. There must have been... What otherwise? But she ate the steak. There was nothing else he could have eaten or drank. The only thing he had was water. So there must be some... Bro, I'm literally like, I'm stunned right now. I'm like, I thought she was going to like kill herself or something like that. Oh my god. Bro, I have no idea what the fuck? I'm trying to think here. How could... There must be poison, but then... If it... There is nothing else he had. Then what? I'm generally like... So wait, there was... Hello, how's the crime solving going? There is no other way there would be poison in anything else than the... So there must be poison. I'm like stunned right now. There is no other way that anything else would have had poison in it. Unless the poison has some sort of like expiration, I guess. I mean, I've already said, so there. I'm just going to say contains poison. I guess. The culprit did put Curie poison in Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refused to change his position. You're serious? Fool, are you blind? There is no possible way the bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw. Miss Britt, drink the water from it. That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. She's a fucking bitch. She's a fucking bitch. And I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? Oh! A wound. The above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. And he has a burn mark on his wrist. But would that really... that is not puncturing. That is not a wound. Or is it? The return ability to render the human body paralytic is believed that the toxin could have applicated as an anesthetic. However, a solution for respiratory arrest caused as a result of full body paralysis must be found first, or patient would die of suffocation. I think I'm on the right track. I believe I'm on the right track. It's just the little cogs in my brain, my little monkey brain. It has to be, you know. Look at all of the clues. Here you can see there, you can see it, right? Like, remember the circumstances around the cause of murder? Yeah, but then first it was believed, I mean, that is a wound, yes. But isn't it established that he might have been poisoned before he got shot? Oh, I'm confused. I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. There has to be. Bruh. I like how this game, like, makes me think, but like this is the first case. I'm like, I'm baby. Through a wound. So that could probably, I could probably say that it's not the bottle, but it could have been that she had it on her, maybe, or something like that. Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert its claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume this possible poison water unscathed? No, because she drank it, so it can't be that she... Do I have to go back? Because I clicked the first option, which was... I'm so confused. I have no idea what to do. I might have done it wrong. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm trying to think here. Because here it says, when the poison enters the body through a wound. I already shown the medical, like the research. So I can't do that again, right? I can't do that again. Because here it says it could be entering through a wound. We have the wound on... But then poison would have... Oh God, I'm trying to think the timeline here. This is why I didn't practice law. Try it? Oh, okay. Yes. The answer in this riddle is right here in Miss Bretton's own research report. That's not a valid explanation. No. After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter rubbish. This amputee young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading inside Sosan's notes. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered entirely by the court. You will direct us to the Parton Section Council. Which section of the report reveals the alleged... Which was it again? Not the symptoms. Could it be? Yeah, it should be special. Yeah, so it is this, I think. I'm holding my I've been hearing a lot about this curare poison. And it's left me curious about something. Oh, Council? Well, it sounds as though ingested hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes? Led to believe, sorry. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they would have been poisoned. Good gracious, Council. No, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes. The mention of that particular detail seems a little strange to me, though. I'm sure you don't want to tell shit. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When a Kyurei enters the body through an open wound, it has a terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effect whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew Curie's special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacular of a... Make a spectacular of a drink that... Oh my god, another word that I can't fucking pronounce. Fuck it, I'll drink that water without any danger to yourself. You meddling little... Oh shit, the board is real. Well, Yunosuke, turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you would be. Really? Me? A lawyer? All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But I fail to see. So, the little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboy's logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish flaw? As even your brain has managed to conduct, Curia is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acid nature of this gastric succus. Oh, yes, well, of course. Gastric suckers, what are they? So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, wouldn't he? That's right. Good gracious. That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should have able to understand. No? She's talking a lot of shit. Order. Order in the court. Order. The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, this Curie poison is completely irrelevant to this case on trial. That's right. I'm gonna make sure your entire career goes downhill. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. Look at her lips, bitch! What is this? Welling up inside me. I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of convincing to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything anything else, is an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Objection!
Yeah! I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both of you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, But Dr. Wilson is dead. Huh? Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. I did it! But we're not done yet. I can never be happy. When is it my turn to be happy? This game will take me so long. Only this first chapter took me literally, like, I think this is the last one. But then, it will be so fucking difficult after this, I already know. You must provide compelling evidence. And as we know, that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the curate? I think we need to go back to the report, correct? Maybe not. I have no idea. Didn't they say something about anesthesia before? And this is where they say anesthesia after? I don't know. Now I'm like stumbling a little bit. I think, wait, let me go back here. Have this again. Here it is, anesthesia. I thought so. Anesthesia. Could it been some sort of link to it? He couldn't feel anything. Oh, I see some sort of pattern, but I can't figure it out. God, fuck, this is hard. I can see some sort of link. Because it says anesthesia here and here. So, should I look it up or should I just go with it? Bro, I'm scared. See, nothing else. That has the correlation. Should I just try? Sure. Oh, I'm so scared. Take that. As Miss Brett was so I have fucking no idea. I have no idea. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass right now. So Ridley pointed out she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference? The toxin effects of the cure are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So if for a healing... Now I get it! I think I get it. So it's the... If this is correct, I don't actually know. So is it because he had a tooth removed? So the wound would be in his mouth still be open? So that's how... Now I get it. I think I get it. I think I get it. I think I got it now. I don't... Because the wound wouldn't have been closed by then because it's already... Yeah, it's been only around an hour or so. Which means that the wound in his mouth would have probably... Yeah, maybe? What if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. I fucking got it! I got it! I got it! Miss Brett, you have acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. You used that knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are all so puerile. What? What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. What is she doing? What is she doing? You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No. I mean, it could just slip. Oh dear. How careless of me. This fucking bitch. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. No! What is this? What just happened? Is the English woman? She just smashed the bottle in the Supreme Court? What a terrible blunder. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from the broken bottle as possible, at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. How could you? This fucking bitch, I swear to God. I'm about to put her in a chokehold. Literally. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can't thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know. Never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle or not. You. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, Counsel of the Prosecution? Of course, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic print I received, dear lady. That's right. And Willie, look at this photograph. It is as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So of course the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy. No, you killed the victim that day, using Curie. And then, in order to frame Yonusuke Naruhodo for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you arranged for him to find on the floor. Before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confession that followed, all you had to do was to turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see? You had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, didn't I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly. And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution stance remains unchanged. I do not think so. I don't think so. I do not think so. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused Yonosuke Naruhodo. This is unbelievable. How could this be happening? We had her, but now she's really going to get away with it? The way she destroys that evidence was obscene. Ryusuke, yes? We've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What? What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. In my head? You told me before that your power of observation were the one thing you could really depend upon. Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was foreigner with a swan on her head. So think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you feel, every color, every smell. What I saw, what I felt. Every color. This... is that blood? Some new evidence, I see. Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of the same scene in my head. Could there be another clue to expose the identity? Yes. Yes, I assume. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Think back over everything I saw. I think I might have uncovered another clue. Ha! You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Yonosuke? Come on then. Let's wipe the smug smile off that English woman's face with some evidence. Alright. I can't wait. It's been niggling me for a while that something feels amiss in my memory of that day. Whatever it could be, the key to arriving the truth about all this. It's here somewhere. The clue that shows killer must have been is... is? This? What the fuck else? sometimes they make it very obvious, and sometimes they don't. Which is like, why would you do this to me? Either you make the game very hard for me, or you make it very easy. Pick a lane, please, for the love of fuck. Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. Yes? What is it? Ugh, he's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigation, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table. The plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day. Wait a minute. Where are you going? Where are you going with this little boy? It's just a memory that has been troubling me. What memory? I saw this scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a splatter of blood. What? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have been happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that the blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Yes. For blood to have made it into the on the plate. Oh my god, I can't fucking speak. It implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter, which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor as you were. Giselle Brett, I beg your pardon. This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. Is this court seriously expecting to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing? This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading into. Inspector, you mean? Yes, I took the plate. In the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it. Meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Britt, and I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice. Then we can find out for sure when whatever or not there is a blood stain on Miss Britt's plate. We must examine it now. Give me the fucking steak. Give me the steak. Inspector. The court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir. Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered. The steak. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't. Quickly, Inspector. The blood man! Show the court! Of course, examining the plate at your leisure. No. No blood. Fuck, I'm gonna fucking inspect it again. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible! I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. You see? This is why I always say you can't trust what a Japanese tell you. I couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the Empire, I believe we may finally have reached the counseling in the trial. Let's hope so. This late pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch, but I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. Again. Ha! This sorry-looking steak reveals the fact that all too clear. If their sorry-looking excuse wishes to examine it again, be my guest. the steak has been... Let's go! Was the plate I saw... What I thought I saw just a fragment of imagination? This is it now. I've lost. Ryusuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gravel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking for it, no matter what. Believe in myself. Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself. Okay, let's examine the fucking steak, I guess. What is going on here? Oh. Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Kanban coin? And then the hallmarker is from the Hoi era, I believe? No, I don't mean what it is. What is it? I mean, what is it doing there? Wait, did you say it was Hoi Kanban? Yes, and apart from the meat used, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. This isn't the first time today that there has been talk of Hoi Kanban. Have it? I can't fucking remember. I can't remember. Oh, my dad is calling. My dad is calling. Why is he wanting to FaceTime me? Not now, Dad. Jesus, no. My God, my dad, literally. Jesus, my dad is... My dad called me on FaceTime. I was like, not now, father. Here are pearls before swine, but I've never heard of a bouillon in bouillon. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means... Certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. And it's from the Hoi era, too. That would make it really quite valuable. It's well marinated in the juice as well. Look. What are you thinking of eating it? No. But the next time I order a steak in the expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart is going to be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize. I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. A coin by coin underneath the steak. There's only one logic explanation. Is there? Is there a logic explanation for this? I have no fucking idea. I cannot see a logic explanation of why there's a coin here. This emblem on the side of this plate is it a cat? It's a cow, obviously. Most likely because the restaurant signature dish is beefsteak. Seems a lot of different restaurants have their own unique tableware. Is this the symbol of the La Corne Ball, is it? Something else I can look at, just to make sure. I don't think so. As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection? That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak revive and other clues? Yeah, there is another clue. There's a fucking coin. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth. The only thing that is shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beef steak. Your Excellency, I think I made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. I'm sorry, Miss Britt, but we must assure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I am completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been displayed. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, isn't it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you're all doing. Isn't it the coin? Can I? If I do it like this. No, Counsel, I'm afraid that won't do. That was ambiguous at best. Were you asking to identify detail like this? You must know. What? What? Answer's right there in front of me. I'm sure of it. Turn the steak over and over until I find something to help me out. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court what you're all... What? I'm so confused. I have a little cheat sheet. I'm gonna try to look at it. I haven't looked at it. This is the first time I'm looking at it because I was like so sure of everything until now. Examine it, flip it up and present the koban. What?
Got it.
Oh my god, what the fuck do I do? Give me a fucking break. I'm gonna fucking break your legs, Counsel. It's fully upside down, correct? Is it not? It's fully upside down. Is it like this? There we go. There we go. Jesus fucking Christ. We already... I don't care, we already had this. There we go. Now, finally. I accidentally pressed the wrong one. Give me a fucking break, I already heard of this. Fuck off! Fuck off! I wish I could, like, speed this. But no, the fucking percent, there you go. Good gracious, that's... Koban? What on earth? Ahoy era 1 at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you order at the restaurant on the day in question, isn't it? Tell me. Why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it. I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin underneath a meat. That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction. Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this has happened by accident in the kitchen. A rare Hoi Koban just happens to be hidden underneath the piece of steak. If this turns out to be relevant to the case, I'll rip off my ticket to Great Britain. Don't do that. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency? Yes, Counsel? A rare Hoi Koban just happens to be hidden underneath the piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now. With all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway. Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it's you who is irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it is doing on the steak. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. Who? One person. Could it be... Something lost... Oh, there it is! There it is! There it is! Ooh, 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 ooh. This. Obviously, it can only be the antique dealer and owner of Raitsute Curio Kata-san. Curie? As in Mr. Cumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Combine coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired, the gunshot interests me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for the treasure. Indeed, the Hoyara Combine, my prized coin. Then this Hoyara Combine, do you mean to tell me? No, please, why would Kata-san Honban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense. It's not the victim's beefsteak, but sure. Which is why I'm asking to bring Kurakata-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment delay. What the fuck is going on? I'm just so confused what's going on. I can't believe we're coming back around that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in that case. Ah, the baby! Old man. It's all about, why have I been called up again? Don't you realize it's dinner time for little baby Idol? When my son belly is empty, he fiercer than a pack of wolf. Exploited by the police, we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witnesses. And when cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in the trice, a worthless withered antique. Nothing more I have to say. The sun has set on this tie shop owner's existence. But that, as it may, Karakota-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Ryuzuitai... Oh shit! Not into the foot! Oh, that! Yes, that's it! The one! The very one! The very exact one that is. The splendiferous Hoy treasure that my rusty bony managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be. As I thought. Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate soaked in the seasoned meat juices. Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously? Clearly, he could have been falling there by accident. Couldn't have been falling there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. Somebody concealed my Hoy treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Such an unconceivable thing. Well, I think we know. Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, of course. Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga.
mentioned this earlier on the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case. Yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation. The Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thieves targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. He wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were set undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that his Combine incident is the work of the same thief. So, unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of the several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Kurakata-san's Kanban is all too clear. Is it? Is it? What? I think the court would like to hear the defense view on this matter. Tell us, who did it? I don't fucking know. I need to save. I need to think of this. Oh, what did he... Okay. No, 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 no. The old man was with him, so it could be him actually. Because he was sitting in him where he wanted to talk about antiques, right? It can't be the waiter. It could be, but then... I'm just going for a wild guess because they were sitting together. And didn't they discuss antiques or something? I've already saved, so I'm just gonna... I'm going to guess here. And if it is Giselle, I'm just going to take her. I don't... Okay, let's see. Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Iverson Nosa. What? How dare you? You monster! Monster? I stole that Combine, didn't I? I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You seriously accuse me of this crimes, Candidate. But it wasn't me. It was Aido. Aido is the mastermind behind all this. You played your fucking son! What the fuck? What? You would push the blame for your own crimes onto your own son? An innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Ayasa No, sir. Preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. What the fuck was that? Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial armies pay those expected to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporarily increase in the taxation owing to the recent ending conflicts remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. And all I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days I go there and no reconnaissance for a target. And I will enjoy shopping on my own through a good steak at the same time. Sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife or fork even, which is very worryingly believed. And you're wait, he doesn't shop on it with a fork. He doesn't. Oh yeah, because wait a minute. I've thought about this the entire time. No, not this. If you look at this photo, that doesn't look like somebody cut it with a with a fucking fork. No, it looks like somebody just home. Did he fucking do that? I swear to God, if he did that, I'm going to fucking. And your target that day was the old man and his komban. Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. Very valuable phantom thief you are. I was all set to leave the stake. I was halfway through devouring it when it happened. Yes, when the professor was shot. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I would be finished. I do too. So I hid the incriminated evidence as fast as I could. On the double. I slipped it under its stake. Hoping that I would be able to renverse with it again at a later date. This is ridiculous. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time. Well, Miss Brett? Of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. May the estimate gentlewoman please be excused, Your Excellency. Indeed. The thief of the komban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be related to Dr. Wilson's murder. Of course it is. Hiding a condom or a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astonishes me. Nonsense? Is it? Well... And as for my picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Very well. Now that all questions concerning this witness testimony has been answered, I see no further justification of detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave. Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. And good day. Same. Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming. Oh, No, it's just something about Miss Brett's parting words. They got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something just said jarred me. I feel like there was a consideration in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. If that's the case, don't just stand there. Think. Make your voice heard. Sorry? You can't think later, but if you don't call it out now, you will be too late. The trial will be over.
Hold it!
Wait, Miss Brett! What is it now? I'm afraid, just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. I would like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction? What a new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryusuke? I don't fucking know. Hiding a coin underneath a lump of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astonished me. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork? Hold up. This is his steak. This is his fucking steak, isn't it? This is not Brett's steak. This is because he said he was also devouring a steak. So this means I should present either this or the steak, correct? I should, right? It's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What she said there was exposed an undeniable contraction. I think I'm getting somewhere because the steak that has bite marks in it, not like you have it with a fork and knife, has literally a bite mark in it. So that must mean that his plate and her plate were switched somehow. So we don't actually have her plate. We only have Nosa's plate. I'm going to need to see evidence, counsel. If Miss Brett were truly a I only have 3, right? Yeah, I only have 3. Is it this or is it this? I think I'm going to...
Take that!
The steak that Miss Brett has been eating before the professor was killed? Yes, go on. More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. No, you're just splitting hairs. Not true. Doesn't something about the steak strike you as very unnatural? Unnatural? What on earth do you mean? It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge. Yeah! Or it's been eaten. Huh? I see you noticed it too, Miss Brett. Notice what exactly, Counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and a fork. Of course she did it. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself. Then take a good look at the steak, in particular the edges where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks here. There. Oh, It looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and a fork, there couldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all. But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenous. She's cracking, guys. She's cracking. Oh, whatever you say, dear lady. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice can't possibly wait any longer. Of course, of course. This will all be over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put the rookie in his place. I've heard enough. You irritating little a samurai relic. Of course. There, lady. What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have you ruffled your feathers? Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She realized the catastrophic implication these teeth marks in the steak have for her. Yunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Yes. No, at last, it's all come together. Is it? The mysterious teeth mark in the steak that had allegedly been beaten with the cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. So he took the steaks, right? Most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. I accept that these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tell us? Everything, Your Excellency. Everything? Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount the conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove and beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson. Conclusive evidence. How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase typical Japanese empty threat. How can you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such a conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet. Hasn't been? What? But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist. I have no idea what the fuck is going on right now. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. The trial has been run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? There can't be. I don't believe you have it.
Objection.
I don't? But there is someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. Oh, okay. So he took. So I think it's the waitress then, because he said he took everything. So there were two steaks because one of them were from Nosa and one of them was Brett. So piece of if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve everything remaining mystery about this case. Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence? It's him, right? It must be him because he said that he said he had the stakes. So there were 2 stakes, so it must be him.
Take that!
Please. The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga. Well, I have it? Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's like. Oh no! I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on the stake with the teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Noza told the court the following. I would enjoy chomping on my way through a good steak. And as well as admitting to stealing Kurokata-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak. What can the unsuperior officer? Sergeant Noza, could you please confirm something for me? Was the stake that you put the coin under, in fact, your own stake? Affirmative. Of course, I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she would mind me manhandling her meat. Manhandling her meat! Stop! To hide something in it. In other words, the stake that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Noza's meal. But that makes no sense. The plate was taken from the witness table. Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor does she have any opportunity to steal coin. Of course I didn't steal it. Don't even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Well then, how do you explain this paradox? Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the 2 stakes over? Well... You did switch the plates? Well, after it happened, when I saw this civilian had been murdered right in front of me, of my own eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my stake and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced he was undercover policeman, I thought I had it. I would have had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, don't ever say that ever again, that would have been it. I would have been getting my marching orders. So when the candidate here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. No, your son is cute. Let him go. With the military precision and timing, I switched my stake with the foreign lady's table. What? You can't have... I never saw you do such a thing. It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done. Unbelievable! Where the fuck is this going? However, fear not, prosecutor son. What now? I swear on the brass buttons on my uniform, that is all I did, sir. All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes!
So, if Sergeant knows I switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Osanaga? Yes. Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That's to preserve evidence. You had taken both. That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot. What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. It can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
Objection!
It's getting heated. No, you're not reeling your way out of this time, lady. I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why the state pan promised to prove such a problem for you now? You're the one who decided it was a problem, not me. The reason the defendants asked to see the plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. Thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clearly splatter of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defense memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from Miss Brett. Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beefsteak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. Yes, sir! I think I did it. Sorry for keeping you. Ah, yes. Here's this, the other steak and its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. Blood. Right there. The blood stain. Clearly visible. Look.
Yes!
I got it. I fucking got it. I did it! After like 3 episodes, I finally did it! Yippee! Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to him. In other words, it's impossible for Narhodo-san to have shot the victim. It can't be. In fact, there is only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right, Miss Giselle Brett. It's you! Look at him! Look at my boy! Outdone by Japanese. Me by Japanese schoolboy. No, no, no! Ah! What the fuck? Ah! What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior from an English gentlewoman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time for you to... you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time. Gladly, Your Excellency. It was I who took the professor's life, using Curare. As you assure, miss, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water, because curry is unheard of here in Japan? Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water, and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leaving immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you would decide to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. And in due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point. So I conducted a plan on the spur of a moment. A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happen to know that the professor always carried a gun, and decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of curry in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt. Under your skirt? So I was right. There were two guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee, got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which I had presumably placed on... you had presumably placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure that I would notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun, as I intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, that's when you shot the professor with your own gun, even though at that point he was clearly already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion at which point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that I adjoined the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around. Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he would have picked up the gun. So, there you have it. That's the entirety of my misdemeanor. Aichi, you got something to say, bud? Your Excellency? Yes? I wonder... might I speak with you in private later? I shall call on you. Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. Fuck off, you bitch. It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement. This can't be. Takasuya Aichi does not lose. Not to the likes of this rookie student. You better start getting used to tough oppositions. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? Yes? This insult to the Aichi family name will never be forgotten. You will become conceited with age, counsel, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. Yes, sir. Kazuma speaking like a fucking true king. Oh, it's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Oh my god, I became so gay for just a second. That was so fucking cool! That was so cool! What the fuck? Yo! Fucking badass, Kazuma! 1,000 millennia may pass and still the Aichi clan will never be sure up the Naruhodo clan. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our own country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, Ryunosuke Naruhodo present all excellent case. I thank your excellency. The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its door to the wide world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new purveyors of justice. A new future of law awaits, but what will it look like? I can't imagine. Can't begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asogi. Yes. After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovering to the illustrious British Empire. Know all you can, absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to do. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. I understand, Your Excellency. What's that about? You look so grave all of a sudden. Never mind. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo? Oh, yes. In you, I sense, how can I put it, unusual potentials. Thanks, I guess. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how you carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Let's go! Whee! I did it! It took like 4 episodes, but I did it! he's like 3 or something. This court is now adjourned. Oichi is still fucking shook. He's like, I can't believe. 22nd of November, 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Defendants, Temperature 5. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and I made it through that horrendous trial. Ryusuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma. No. It was all pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on the Yume University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. All of your hard work has certainly paid off. Oh, baby! Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. Ah, your trust. Judicial assistant. You work hard for the result too, you know? Oh no, I didn't do anything. Oh! Thank you so much! If we hadn't had the research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Oh yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding on a court proceedings, Your Excellency. Saito Susato Mikotoba. Susato Mikotoba, judicial assistant to the defense. Speaking of Mikotoba, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, should be thanking you after all. Your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. Mikotoba. That would be the right? Mikotoba studied overseas himself and went to study forensics medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson? Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together? I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Sogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what happens in the world's largest melting pot. I will learn all that I can. I swear on this, the spirit of the Aisogi clan. You're not taking the sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. The Japanese man katana is so... I don't think you can! The blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that is in my way. Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what's happened to that woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Oh yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's a true culprit, after all. She will be leaving Japan in the very near future for Shanghai. What? Shanghai? Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that. What? But why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate. But what's all about this consular jurisdiction? We can't try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then, who's going to bring her to justice? A British consular court will hear her case somewhere far away, where our voices can't be heard. But why a counselor court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought counselor courts were a thing of the past. Now they've signed a friendship treaty? No, they're different. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, then we can't invoke a council court just like that? Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student. It doesn't justify our government's making secret arrangement about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan. I'm afraid that for the young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game along. There was never any danger of computance for her. I don't believe it. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is the time of great turmoil. This new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, she's coming. And we're the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. But Professor... You're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun. Yeah! In that case, might I suggest the Lughorn Ball? Oh, so my trauma, thanks. As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with amplet food and drink. You're a detective, Hosonaga-san, aren't you? Let's not worry about the details for now. To Le Carnival. Will you accompany us, Professor? Of course. Le Carnival's food is second to none. I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Norohado-san's release. Yes. Thank you. We fucking did it, boys. So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Kazuma? Yes, Yurusuke? I just wanted to say thank you again, that's all. You really saved my skin today. Haha. I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skill made a difference though. One day, I bet you will be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during the trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. Don't jinx it. I'm going to fuck so much things up in the future. But for being a defense lawyer, I mean... Oh, no, not me. All that tense verbal combat, I never want to go through that ever again. I did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean? That's the point. Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe them at all times. Like you believe in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm a human, just like you. Not having some superhuman abilities to know truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in. Stick it to when you're defending someone. Sometimes in courtroom can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe in, even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. Takes a special kind of person. Believing your client? Believing your client. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with a precious little real little real experience, but you never stop believing in me. Well, you face simply hopeless situations time and again. You never stop looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in him. Thanks, Kazuma. There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. On a date? We're going on a date? Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. Sounds serious. What is... you're still here, are you? Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged some Rick Chavez for us. Let's go. Thank you. I'll be right there. Yes, let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget. Ah, yes, that too. Let's fucking go! So my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma, Professor Mikio Toba, Saitsuya-san, who acted as my assistant, Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much part, but still. It was because of the help and support of all of these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. End? What do you mean end? End of the chapter? I believe that is where we are going to end it. I guess. Or do I have to start this episode first? I guess. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
The 9th of January, 6:37 a.m. The border to this. I can't even read. What was that? The steamship Bury.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
Da! No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait!
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder, and in cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, this fucking bastard! Oh my. Ugh, my head is throbbing. Well, that is where I'm going to end it. Holy... Oh my god! I think we're finally getting into this story, actually. So yeah, I am really excited of where this is actually going. It's gonna be a lot of fucking reading. I already know. So yeah, I can't really do my actual intro without you guys seeing, but I will, you know. If you've seen me, you'll probably see me do this like thousands of time. Yet again, if we hit 150 followers, thank you guys so fucking much. It doesn't say it on Streamlabs, but it says on Twitch, so I'm still very fucking confused. A little bit unreal for me moment, to be honest. I thought generally that I was never going to hit it, and I just accepted that to be truth. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single minute to take it every day to be in my stream, no matter if it's live or in the VODs. You're always welcome. Go check out all my moderators. They're all live here on Twitch. I will be back on Wednesday with some Persona. We're finally getting back to Persona. I'm really excited. We're probably gonna do the palace in an entire fucking day. Hopefully, I do not know. But yeah, hope I see you guys on Wednesday. But for now, take care of yourself, love yourself, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Love you.